South Africa and Georgia this weekend, folks. When Rusty names a side, there's usually something to talk about. In this case, it's a whole new front row, and he's lost one visa and just replaces him with another visa. There's other talking points as well. They are playing the Georgians, who recently lost to the Cheetahs, albeit a very, very different side. It wasn't this Georgian team largely that ran out against the Cheetahs. It was more like the team that played Ireland a couple of weeks ago, if you guys saw that, up in Tbilisi. So it is more like a Georgian A team down in Nelspruit. So we'll go through the squads, some of the stats, predictions, and you guys can let us know your thoughts. All new front row: Bowen Fenter, Manus van der Merwe, and Nettling Fushi. This is different. It's pretty rare to see two uncapped guys in the same front row, let alone three in a test match. But if there's one area that South Africa does not lack, it is for front rowers. And good to see, like Bowen Fenter in particular was a guy that you thought you might have lost on residency grounds abroad, but no, he's going to play for his native South Africa, so that's going to be a massive honour for him and for the other two guys as well. Eben Etzebeth is back alongside Ruan Nokia, so I like that lock-in duo. Like, Eben's such a big unit, such a physical guy. Like, he's been one of the best guys in the world for a long time. Obviously, he had his concussion issues in recent times, but he seems to be coming right. And then Nokia, Bulls fans love him. Really high work rate as well. I think he complements Eben with his skill set too. Plus, Seo Khaleesi's back, so we've missed him the last couple of weeks. They would have liked to play him last week in, I want to say Port Elizabeth, Caberca, but yeah, they rested him for the extra week because he apparently wasn't 100% right. When your games are up against Italy and Georgia, with all due respect, you can make sure you get everyone back to 100% match fitness. There's no reason to risk, like the rest of the season, 4 games, which you are pretty heavy favourites for. Peter Steff is still there at 7, and then Corbus Visa, who I don't think is usually a number 8, still takes the number 8 jersey. So they're keeping with the Visa theme. Fingers crossed he doesn't get himself carded. Goodness me, like listening to Russie's press conference, where he just kind of added the again to like Jasper is banned again or suspended again, whatever it was. He just sounded almost like crestfallen and disappointed. It's like a parent who's just been called up by the school again to be told that their kid has done something wrong. You know what I mean? He just sounded not despondent, but you know what I mean? It was like partly funny, but a bit partly sad. Because, yeah, it just is what it is, isn't it? Grant Williams and Sasha Feinberg and Gomozulu, that's a pretty exciting 9-10 combo. Grant Williams running some cracking support lines, keeping the ball moving last week. And then Sasha finally gets a start. We've seen Hondre get a crack. We've seen Mani, who was really spinning the ball with intent last week, and now it's Sasha's turn. Damien Delendi and Kanan Moody is a new midfield combo, so it'll be interesting to see how those two guys gel. And it was interesting again to hear Rassi talk about wanting to build those combinations, that it's not a pecking order, it's all about kind of rotation and getting experience with these guys. You know, playing these games together will certainly help these guys going forward. Then Kurtley Arendse, Edville van der Merwe on the wings. So there's no Colby this time, but geez, like Edville was chasing everything last week against the Italians. And Kurtley Arendse's try scoring record is quite incredible. And then Fussy is there at fullback. He gets a crack. Apparently they said they might have played him last week, if not for Villy getting his 100th cap. So, yeah, it's a start for Apolele Fussy. For the replacements, Bongi, Mbonambi, Thomas Dutoy, and Vincent Koch. That is a rather high experienced front row set of replacements at the opposite end of the experience scale from the starters. So if anything does go wrong, Russie does have the option to pull on the experience. Achia Sneeman, Kwaka Smith. So it's the 3 backs on the bench this week with Faf, Hondre, and Damien Willemse. So yeah, there's a heck of a lot of experience in the South African squad, despite the fact that you've got a kind of unorthodox pick at number 8. I mean, Corbus Visa is a big dude. As long as he can control the ball with his feet at the back of the scrum, if the scrum's going forward, he should be fine. And yeah, we'll see how the uncapped front rowers go. For the Georgians, I've always been quite honest about the fact that I see the Georgians kind of in passing from time to time. I am way less familiar with the Georgians compared to anyone who probably regularly tunes into the top 14 to see a number of these Georgian guys play. The guys I will highlight are probably the guys that you will know as well. Lob Janidze, the number 9. He's been playing his professional rugby in France for quite some time, is quite capable of controlling the game with his box kicks if they are given enough ball. David Niniashvili at fullback is probably the poster boy. I think he's even on their team image for this week's game. At fullback, he is one of the most exciting players in world rugby, man. The guy just loves carrying the ball. Like, even in their game where they played the Irish and lost pretty handily, David Niniashvili was their top guy for run meters. I think he was first equal for defenders, beating them, whatnot. He is genuinely pretty dangerous. And Tabu Tadze out on the right wing is the guy who scored that wonder try against the Wallabies a couple of years ago. So he's also got some gas if they give him some space. The other guy, Torua, on the left wing is the guy who I always talk about because he's been around for just so bloody long. He played at the 2011 World Cup, and if I'm not mistaken, he is going to equal the cap record for Georgia with this game, which is a massive achievement. I think it's 122, if I read correctly. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but just like Villy's achievement last week with 100 caps, becoming the most capped guy, like Eben not that long ago for the Box, is a heck of an achievement. The other guys, I mean, they've always got good loose forwards in recent times. The Georgians, I feel like maybe even better than their props. Everyone talks about the Georgians scrummaging, but the Georgians have got a fair lot of good loose forwards. I think in the last game it was Saginadze, who was their top tackler and top carrier. He's there at number 7 for Georgia this week. He plays his rugby over in France as well. I think he's the captain too, so he is certainly one to watch alongside the other guys. They've even got a guy called Jalagonia on the bench who is likewise a pretty useful loose forward. So they've got some depth, particularly there. But I mean, they're going to be up against it. Against Ireland a couple of weeks ago in the rain in Tbilisi, they got beaten by a very depleted Irish side, 35 points to 5. And this is a South African side, albeit with a few experiments in it. Yeah, a lot of very good players. So they could be right up against it. You would think the Georgians, I mean, they conceded a heap of turnovers against the Irish. There was a fair bit of kicking from their 9, then their 10, then their 15. But yeah, they were kind of struggling to keep the Irish guys at bay. Like for the South Africans, there was a big turnaround from game 1 against Italy to game 2. Game 2, they absolutely controlled the possession, controlled the territory. Like I said, Mani was finding some great space with his passing game. Some good direct carries from the likes of Andre Esterhuizen. You can expect maybe the same from Damien de Linde this week. Peter Steff was doing it. Evan Roos, his absence is kind of notable. I would have thought with all the injuries you guys have got at number 8, now with Visa, the other one, Jasper, being out, surely you just stuck Evan Roos in here. Nope. Rassi pulls a Rassi and just sticks another Visa in. So, yeah, that was the first question in the press conference is where's Evan Roos? And that's where Rassi came out with there's no dropping. It's just rotation. They want to see what Corbus Visa can do in the number 8 jersey. It is on an Mbombela in Nelspruit. It's a Saturday game. It's in the early evening for you guys over in South Africa, 10 past 5. This is like 3 in the morning for me here in New Zealand. And given that South Africa is predicted to romp home 46 points, said the bookies, and 46 points they're in agreement, says the Rugby Forecast algorithm, I will watch this one delayed. If it's the miracle of all miracle upsets, I will feel guilty that I missed it live. But, yeah, I don't think so. I think South Africa, despite the changes in the experiments, are probably pretty good value for their, for their favourites tagged by such a massive margin. But, like they asked in the press conference as well, you're going to got to get up for these games. So it's Russ's job to motivate them and make sure they are firing all guns blazing. Matt Carley, the Englishman, is the ref. We'll see how he goes. But yeah, you guys let us know your thoughts. If you are familiar more than me with some of the Georgian guys, let us know who else to look out for. And let us know what you reckon Rassi's got up his sleeve with this new front row. How do you think they're going to go? And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.